Are we there? Are we there?
Well, it's gonna take me a minute to get everything together.
Okay. All right. All right.
You can talk. I guess it don't even matter. Damn, that sucks.
Yeah, whatever happened at the jacked it up. Somebody said we're back. Are we back? Do you see me? Are we back? I hope we're back. Hello? Kamala and I are here. Oh, Frida, we're back. I hope we're back. You know why that happened? Because we didn't do the song. That's why it happened.
Could be.
It is. Y'all, so we're going to do it the right way. We're going to do it the way we were supposed to do it. And I love how he's on the phone while I'm just, so y'all just go ahead and sing with me. No, this is good. This is good. This is good. Yes, and sometimes. Oh, God. Hello, sunshine. Hello, sunshines. We're so happy to see y'all shine. I'm so glad y'all are back. Hello, sunshines. Yeah. Hello, sunshine. Hey. Hello, sunshine. We're so happy to see you shine. So look, we had the power go out a little bit earlier, and we thought it was going to be a thing. Yeah, but we said we're going to go forth, so we did, but we're back. Look, while he's doing that, I know I told y'all that every week until November 5th, I'm wearing a Kamala t-shirt. Bam!
Yeah, that's jamming.
Mean it. You like it?
Yep, it's jamming.
I didn't know I was going to have a mug, too, but I got my mug.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's dope.
Yeah. And I've been trying my best not to watch a lot of YouTube and a whole bunch of stuff, but I have not been successful. So I have just been ODing in any and everything with this darn election. And I am still completely dumbfounded by the people who are not going to vote, the black people especially, who are not voting for Kamala. It's amazing to me, but we don't have to get into that. I just wanted to say that. But anyway, all I'm going to say is this. Yeah. So I bought the baby a plant today, our little tutti frutti baby bean. I bought her a plant to take care of, and guess what she named her plant?
What she named the plant?
Kamala Harris.
We're
teaching her, so I'm so proud of her. She named the plant Kamala.
That's pretty brilliant. It's only right.
She's 5 years old. Auntie Niece is doing her job, man. I think it's great. Auntie Niece. So listen. I'm not sure the story you were telling. You were saying, that's why I cut off, because you were talking about how you were going to hurt Micah, but I'm glad you didn't.
And I did not, of course.
And he's a graduate.
The statute of limitations is over, and he's 22 now, so it wouldn't matter anymore.
And he's jamming on the one.
He's jamming on the one.
Can you tell everybody about how amazing our weekend was?
Yeah, we played 3 shows, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Friday we were
in Raleigh with PJ Morton.
With PJ Morton at the North Carolina Museum of Art.
You got to have me lying.
I think that's what it was. Amazing place, outdoor
venue.
It rained right before, and then it got right, but the people was out there, man.
Oh my gosh. And I mean, it was tornadic. I heard you say that the other day. I didn't know tornadic was a word.
Yeah,
it makes sense.
It is.
But that's a really
tornadic activity.
Tornadic
That's
activity. That's
going to be the name of the next album.
Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for tornadic activity. mean?
See, I got my buttons jamming now.
To Saturday we were in
Spartanburg,
Spartanburg,
South
South
Carolina.
Carolina, and then Sunday we were in Memphis,
Memphis.
on 901 Day. And those of you who don't know, 901 is the area code for Memphis,
For
right?
Memphis, yeah. And
So-
it was going down.
Whoa. Whoa.
I don't even know if we should tell. I was thinking, I don't know, maybe we
Yeah,
should
I'm
tell
not
that
going to
story.
tell it because it's
Yeah.
just too. You can give them an idea of what happened.
So I will say this. We stayed at a really nice hotel downtown Memphis. It just so happens that there was a pretty famous rapper that was staying at the hotel. Not a rapper like we know, like LL Cool J.
The child's name is Gorilla.
Glorilla. Like Glorilla.
Are you kidding?
Yeah, her name is Glorilla. And,
I guess that's better than Go. I'm sorry.
and
I
Google her.
thought
She's really
the
popular.
child's name was Gorilla.
Glorilla. And so there was she was staying at the hotel, and apparently at some point during the day she was hanging out in the bar, and there was a bunch of people, and it just set off just an
A
incredible
series of unfortunate events.
Yeah, culminating with after the show, we're sitting at this is hours after she left. There's still some people there hanging out, and
Y'all, it was kind of disturbing what happened.
Yeah. I was a lady had an accident.
By our table.
Yeah, and like and
Oh no, they're right. Glorilla, hallelujah. Or is
Gloria
it? Yeah,
is
is
her
it Gloria or Glor?
her name is Gloria Hallelujah.
Her name is really Gloria, hallelujah. That is wonderful.
Yeah, but she goes by Glorilla.
Why not just Gloluya?
I
I would
Because
go
we're-
by Gloluya.
I think,
Gloluya would be, you know what I mean? Because that's an amazing name.
well, yeah, if you're a church rapper or something, but she's not. She's kind of a very urban vibe. No, it's not for us. She not
It's not
rapping
for us?
No, we too.
Did any of you listen so y'all know? Y'all can tell. Because see, Dana is telling me, is it for me? Is that something I should listen to? I don't know.
I mean, if you might enjoy it. I would just
What
say
do y'all think? Do y'all listen to Gloria, hallelujah?
Glorilla.
Hallelujah.
But the long and short of it is and I don't think this is one of her fans. This was just someone that was at the bar.
No, these people were not Gloluya's right.
Glo.
These people were not. The person who did that super foul thing next to our table
Yeah.
was not with her.
I'm just gonna tell
That
her.
we're
I'm
not
gonna
gonna.
tell-
Yeah, but we're not gonna put that on Gorilla's.
That wasn't. That had nothing to do. I think
Yeah.
She just set off the energy. It was going down.
Johnny, what do you about to find out? Johnny,
Apparently, so this thing happened. What happened is there was a lady at the bar, not related to any of that. She was, you know what I mean, and they had apparently been at the bar for a while. Her friend must have told her a joke. She stood up laughing, and she was laughing so hard
she's
that
holding her
she had a little accident.
by our
Okay.
table,
A
y'all.
big, I mean, not the biggest of accidents, but a accident that left a
stream,
puddle. A puddle on the ground.
You know-
and then what she did, she just cut out. Bloop, she just left.
She and her homie.
And it's literally 3 feet from our table. So we get up and we're about to leave, and the manager said, "Oh my God, I'm just so sorry," you know, blah blah blah. And they ended up being really nice people, but the manager said it's been a day from hell.
Yeah,
One of our servers is in my office right now.
Passed out?
Drunk. Okay, she didn't. You know, I'm gonna have to fire her. I'm gonna have to walk her out, but I can't send her home yet because she's too drunk.
Can I ask you something? This has me thinking about
Yeah.
they talk about the artists today, and it's something that
Yeah.
the conversation we always have. Are
a
the
brand.
artists today more raunchy? That's such an old word, right? Than they were, or is it just it's all relative? Because you said, and we were talking about this because
Yeah.
Is it because I just jumped completely back over that? I wanted because that was
Yeah.
that was traumatic for that lady to do that.
That was
Let's just
traumatic.
go back. But do you think the artist today is it relative?
I think it's all relative, and the reason I say that is like you think back to Chuck Berry, right? And they were like, oh my God, he's dancing with his legs, he's moving his legs, and that's so lewd. And then same thing with Elvis Presley, he's so lewd. And you know, it's just the way he dances. Same thing with James Brown. They wouldn't show him from the waist up.
And then here comes Prince, right?
And then yeah, and Prince
Prince.
was a different level. He got on underwear. What? And then think about it. When I was the age of people that listened to Glorilla and maybe a little younger, it was Run DMC, and it was like, I don't want to hear that boom music, and you know. And then our kids listened to a certain thing that was like, because we had Luke, Uncle Luke. Don't stop, get it, you know.
We were in the airplane with him. I was afraid to say something. I thought he was, I don't know why. I just thought, I thought he was going to turn and go, like, why would he do that? But I just thought he was going to do
councilman.
that.
He's like,
yes, exactly.
Like, yeah.
So why would I think he was going to do that?
Millie Jackson.
Millie Jackson.
Yeah.
The famous with a T, the famous cover where she's sitting on the toilet, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
But that's real, or that famous video where she with everybody.
Yeah.
So is it different? Or are we just?
I think we're just older.
You think we're older? You don't think that some of this stuff is pushing? And we were at last year or this year we went to the Grammys and they talked. There was a young lady who was at the Clive Davis party, and she was dressed in such a way that you could read her thoughts.
Mm-hmm. And maybe some of what she ate.
And some of what she ate.
Mm-hmm.
From it, I guess you're right. It's all relative.
Yeah.
It's all relative.
It's all relative. And this music is not for us. You know, that's somebody explained it for me. He's like, why do they have to do? It's not for you. I think part of being a young person is like, let's make the older people uncomfortable. You know what I mean? I think that's part of their whole gig.
Yeah.
And it is what it is, man. You know.
What was the most provocative thing you listened to?
Probably at that age, probably like 2 Live Crew and Too Short.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I wasn't listening to that, y'all. I was listening to Fred Hammond and John P. Key. I was listening to Hezekiah. Won't he make you clean? Inside. I was.
That was a loud clap. That made my ear ring. So another interesting thing, or just when we tour, we get to really meet amazing people, like in the most random kind of ways. We had a driver in North Carolina. I don't remember his name, but he was an old player. Okay.
It's the truth, Johnny. For real, it's the truth.
Old player. He was clean, you know what I'm saying? He had on some Stacy's. His pants was iron, real sharp, razor crease.
What did he say though?
And he was just dropping a lot of game. Some of it I missed. He said something about, see, I had this canary yellow Cadillac, okay? And I had $150 worth of change in the bed. I just kept on the floor in the back seat, you know what I mean?
How was he driving the car though?
And so, well, he said he kept that on the floor because it glistened, but couldn't nothing get his attention but $1.
Uh-huh. That's what he told you?
I don't know what that had to do with anything. But this was the thing. He would talk to us, and so he would be driving, and then he'd turn around. And so, see, then there's a place over here, and we on the freeway, and he looking back at us, talking like
Mr.
for
Tracy.
a long time. Mr. Tracy.
Mr. Tracy.
Mr. Tracy. But Mr. Tracy, when he got... I like to find, I like to compliment people. I like to give people, you know what I'm saying? I was like, Mr. Tracy, that's a cold-blooded hat. He had a hat, a white straw kind of stingy brim hat. I was like, are you wearing that hat, Mr. Tracy? He was like, yeah, see, my friend told me when I got this hat, he was like, man, you can't wear that hat. And he was like, shoot, I'm going to show you. So then he said the next day after he bought the hat, his friend called him and said, you still wearing that hat? He was like, yeah, I'm still wearing it. And he's like, a month later, his friend called him again and said, man, you still wearing that hat? He's like, I'm still wearing this hat. He's like, 10 years later, his friend called him again. It was like, man, you still wearing that hat? He was like, yeah. And then he said, and then he didn't call me no more after that because he died.
Oh my God, that is so
wait, I meant to play this one.
absolutely horrible, sir.
I meant to play this one. Let's hear it
All of
again.
that is bad.
It's bad because he died.
That's why it didn't work.
didn't
Precisely, because that's horrible.
It's bad.
This
But
is the
anyway.
same man who said, you know, I've been living and I ain't, thank God, I ain't never been to the hospital. I ain't spent one night. He said, I got one child with the same woman.
I got one
He
child with one woman.
With one woman.
It's
And he
like-
said, I ain't got no blood pressure. I ain't got no diabetes.
Yeah, he said he
And we said,
you don't have
you don't have blood pressure?
Oh my goodness.
You like a vampire?
Yeah.
Los vampiros blancos.
Oh my God.
The point is, it really does cost nothing to be nice to people.
Yeah.
And I find, don't you find that people just, everybody wants to be acknowledged and cared for, and everybody, right?
Yeah.
You want to know that that you matter. You know what I mean?
What up, Brian? We were just talking about you.
Hey, we certainly were.
But something else that I will say, again, like I said, we just meet some of the most
We were talking about,
Interesting
I
people.
was trying to think why we were talking about Brian, because we
Yeah.
were talking about Cabanya's album.
That's right.
One of
That's
the
right,
most,
yeah.
one of the most amazing musicians and artists in the universe, Cabanya Vincent. So if y'all can go to iTunes and look for her, Kabanya. I sang on her. I think that was her. I don't know if that was her first project, but I'm on there, and Brian Andrews produced it. Freaking love that album.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping I'm gonna grab one of them songs, and if she don't know it yet, I'm gonna call her and say I got to put it on my record.
Yeah, you might need to check with Brian.
Yeah, I need to check. Well, yeah. So I'm
know,
completely out of order, and thank you for that. That is absolutely. So while I need to grab something because I left it over there, I want to talk about how music. Again, I told you I'm on YouTube. I'm doing research, and this young man pops up, a producer. And the title of his YouTube, that particular episode is, "You do not want. This is the worst time to be in the music industry." I was like, "Whoa, what is he? Well, I'm in the industry.
Yeah.
What's happening?"
What did he mean by that?
He meant as a producer, there's no way to make money. He says because everybody's doing everything on their own. Everybody's mixing on their own. Everybody's recording on their own.
Right.
So where a producer could charge $10,000, $15,000, $25,000 per song, he said that there is somewhere where producers are giving away. Now you tell me if this is right. They're leasing beats
Yeah.
for $5.
No, it's true. It's true.
Can you help us
Now-
understand? I want to grab something that I just got to take this off for 2 seconds to grab it. But can you help us understand?
Yeah.
Because I don't understand. Tell me what's happening.
Well, a
does
couple
that
things
mean?
I'll say. Well, first, while we're talking about music, have you listened to "So Glad to Know You"?
I'm so glad to.
"So Glad to Know You" by Avery Sunshine. Yeah, if you haven't checked it out, you need to check it out. It's available everywhere. All right, just need to say that. But what I do know is I disagree. I think it's an amazing time to be in the business. I think the business is very, very different than it's ever been.
But can you speak to what he was saying about the amount of money?
Yes,
he was
well,
talking about inflation and
Sure.
and
Sure, I'll get to that. I think that there are more tools and less rules now. Everybody, if you have a laptop or even an iPhone, you could make an album today, and it can be out literally tomorrow.
absolutely.
And so it's taken the bar for what it takes to create music
Certainly.
way down. You don't need $1 million studio and a $100 million or $100 million, but $1 million recording budget and blah 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 blah, or even a major label deal. So there are hundreds of thousands of songs being not just made, but actually put on, iTunes, Spotify, blah 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 blah, every single day.
Yeah.
So with that, just like everything, it's like inflation. There's more of it, so the value of it goes down.
Yeah.
So from a business side, it's way different. I remember getting $20,000 checks to do demos.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's just not like that no more.
It's
Your
not
album
happening.
budget might be $20,000. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
it's just different. It's yeah, and then
So what
but
is
but in
that right
terms
there?
of
That trick that he's saying? Yeah.
yeah, so in terms of leasing beats, so or leasing, like if I made a song,
Yeah.
I made a beat, meaning the music for something, I could lease it out to somebody, say, hey, you could use it, but it's not. I can lease it to it's like generally like an apartment or a rent a car. You could use my beat, but I could give it to other people, and it doesn't make sense to me.
Can I ask you a question then?
Sure.
So is that what happened with the horses? Riding on the whole town road.
Yeah. So
Lord Jesus.
from what I
What's
understand,
it called? Whole Town Road.
Old
Lord
Town Road.
Jesus!
Oh,
I
my
said
goodness.
Whole Town Road.
No,
I did not. I thought
your music is not for you.
that music's not for me.
That music, but no.
I saw when he was on that. He came. He slid down the hill on the stripper pole though.
What's this? Lil Nas X.
Lil Nas X.
But
So that
song, I'm gonna drive my horse down Old Town Road. Right.
you can tell that really could have been Ho Town Road. But I'm sorry, it just sounded like that to me. Continue.
What would that be about?
I have no
Old
idea.
Town Road.
If you had to, don't. Let's go back. Go ahead.
So the bottom line is, from what I understand, he bought or leased that beat from somebody for $35.
How much money do you think was generated from? Because listen,
Tens of millions.
because the kids were singing that song in school. They have the Kids Bop. They turned
Yeah.
it into Kids Bop. Anytime that happens, that means that the tune was,
Yeah. So
huge.
So the thought process with that, with a lot of, again, Micah, our middle boy who makes music as well, he was doing that for a while as well. His thought process, which I guess kind of makes sense, it's just different. But it was like, hey, if somebody uses my music and it's Old Town Road, well, I'm gonna get some more work after that, and I'm making 20 beats a day anyway, so
It doesn't really
it doesn't
matter.
really matter. And
Wow.
I mean, the truth of the matter is, I mean, the money, it's just a different business. Like, 1 million streams on Spotify is worth something like 4,000. It's like less than $5,000.
So who owns? So Desi Yours. I hope I'm saying that right. So who owns the sound then?
It's tricky. It's tricky. Technically, the person who, technically the sound recording, there's two parts. There's the composition,
Yeah.
and then there's the sound recording. We're getting way too complicated.
No, but I know. I think this is great, and then we'll go back because I'm about to bring us all back because my homies up there talking about Ho Town Road. Tara J. know what would the song be about? It would be about hoes on the road.
like truckers or something.
Exactly.
Oh my
But
God.
speaking, all right, so we can come out of that, and maybe we can have another conversation, which
Yeah.
is a little bit more technical and in depth with that for
Yeah.
people who want to know. But I was really interested because as a musician, somebody who's making music,
Yeah.
what does this mean? This young man, I think we should send it to everybody. I'll send the link because he had a really a valid point. He was like, and there was somebody who came on and said, it's music and. If you do not have a music and, you are not going to survive. So we are really in the age of the working musician. You have got to figure out how to make your music, how to sell your music, and then sell something else.
Yeah.
Or just be okay working at Walmart while you're working on your music. You've got to be doing more than one thing.
I agree, and I also think that, like, that's okay.
It is okay. That's the gag.
Yeah.
Is that we think that you shouldn't. I think that some of some of our, I won't say which children, but some of our children feel like I should have to do one thing and that's it.
Yeah.
But it's just not like that. Even when we were getting started, there was so much overlap with all the jobs, teaching. Y'all, I
Right.
was, was it Ugly Part of Me? Ugly Part of Me was on the radio, and I was
Yeah.
getting up and going to church and doing with glitter in my hair from the show the night before.
When Ugly Part of Me was out,
You was still
I was working at a corporate gig. I was teaching at a university.
Yeah.
I believe I might have been driving Uber, and I was working at a church.
Yeah. It's the truth.
And I'm not saying that doesn't make me,
No,
you
no,
know,
no, no, no,
whatever.
no,
But
no.
but I will say the business is just different.
It
And,
is.
but I will say still though, it's a plus. Anybody that wants to make music
Yeah.
can do it, and they
Yeah,
can put their
certainly.
music out.
Certainly.
And I think it makes it a little more tricky to make a living at it.
Yeah.
But there's way more people. I think the music business is generating more money than it ever has.
Yeah.
The Apple Musics and particularly Spotify's are making billions.
Yeah.
Because there's so much music being put out. But I was reading a statistic that was saying something like 80% of the music that's on Spotify has less than 1,000 streams.
So who's got the lion's share then?
I mean, the Taylor Swifts and the Kanyes and the
Beyonce,
Beyoncés
yeah.
and yada, and then they probably make up a certain the lion's share. I think are people like us that put out amazing albums like SoGladToKnowYou.com, available everywhere.
Absolutely.
Shameless plug. But
I love the way you've got this stuff working. Do it again.
So Glad to Know You, available everywhere. Spotify,
Can I get
iTunes.
a bell?
Remix.
I try to find a way to get to know. That's ugly. I don't like that. Don't do
So Glad to Know You, available everywhere. Did I talk about the web series, So Glad to Know You? You can go to SoGladToKnowYou.com.
I love how you just chose to just slap it across my face.
Oh, yeah, let me move that to the other side. Let me move it over here.
Yeah, thank
Bam.
you. Just
Make it a little bit smaller. Let's do that again. So Glad to Know You, the web series. If you love the album, you'll love the web series. All right, that's enough shameless plugs for the next couple.
so we'll speak. We were talking about. I was thinking about this, but he's not a hoe. But the thing I want us to talk about albums.
Yeah.
And going back to albums, anybody have albums at the house, and there's just something about having it in your hands and feeling it. And well, you know, when we talk about streaming and all, you can access so much music streaming, but there is still something about being able to have a record in your hand and turn around, look, and you look on it. I remember wanting to.
Want to do what?
What do you mean wanting to do? Let me
You had that
finish.
Prince, the way you rubbed that album like that. I was trying to figure out what you.
Something got to be wrong with you if that don't make you just go if it make if it don't make you go I'm sorry. Listen, I love you.
Finger
but
licking.
did you tell everybody about the dream you had? You said I left you for Prince. Remember
Yeah,
that?
that was weird. I don't even want to talk about it.
Was that a real dream? You said it was a
Yes.
nightmare. Y'all, he woke up. He was mad at me. And I didn't even know why he was mad at
No,
me.
I had a dream that we were somewhere like after a show, and like Prince came to our show, and then Prince was like, you know, I'd love to take you to dinner or something like that. Said that to Denise, and she was like, I gotta go. It's Prince.
That's what I told you?
Yeah, I was like, you know what I'm saying? I love Prince, but I felt the way. It was just a dream, though.
Yeah, but you woke up. You didn't treat me like it was a dream. You was tight.
I was tight.
Jaws was tight. Do you remember this album?
Yeah. Come with the next one, though.
What?
Hit him with that next album.
Well, wait a second. I was
Okay.
going to ask you, do you have a favorite off of this record? And do you know which record? I mean, do you know which songs are on this without
Yeah.
having to look at?
Oh, man, I Want to Be a Lover, hands down.
Wow,
is
you're
the
right.
coldest one off that album. I am a Prince fan, for real. Oh,
Well,
it's doing the thing again.
Name. I'll lean over here. Name one more off of this record. It was a. Somebody did a cover of it.
I Feel For You, is that
Yeah,
on
that's
that one?
exactly
Yeah,
right.
Yeah.
That's exactly
And then
right.
I think it's Private Joy on that. No, Private Joy, that's Controversy.
Yeah, and Private Joy is absolutely. There were some other ones on here that I don't know. There's no way that I could do.
Why
that
You Treat Me So Bad, yeah.
Do y'all know some other ones on this record?
Yeah, Bambi, With You, yep. Still Waiting. Yeah, that's cold.
Terry says she still has her albums from the 70s. Some of these right here are from, not this one right here, but this one, some of them got some, they had that word. What is your favorite tune off of this one? And while you're thinking about it, I have to tell you. So y'all, my dad would. I went to private school, and it was a 40-minute drive.
School. I went to private school too.
It was a 40-minute drive one way, and my dad always drove me and picked me up from school. And when this album came out at the time, we had tapes, right?
Yeah.
So my daddy and I listened to every song on this album back to back for months every morning. Because I mean, I don't even know if he knew how to take it out, but in Daddy's Cadillac Coupe de Ville. Thank you very much.
Huh?
But we listened to this whole thing from the top, from Bad all the way down to Smooth Criminal. Did you have a favorite, or is this the album that you were like, you felt like Mike changed on us a taste?
So Mike, I think this was a pivotal album.
We both have been doing some weird